Hi everyone, today is Thursday, February the 11th. I'm just a couple of days behind my Monday update. So what I'm going to do is just make one update today that will count for this week, which I think everybody's pretty well on task, and for next week as well. So let's look at the calendar real quick. Here in the calendar, we are in the week here where we are finishing up Module 2. Exam 1 is due on Monday, February 15th at 11:59 p.m. Exam 1, I think I said Exam 2. Exam 1 is due on Monday at 11:59 p.m. and the end of module discussion. I finally figured out how to grade the discussions in Module 1. This is a new system. Everything was different, and it just took me a while to get around to figuring that out. But I did get it, and I got them graded. So Module 1 grades are done, except for a couple of people who are still getting some rewrites back to me on the workflow. So here's what you have coming up for Module, or for the rest of this week. This is just your update. I'm about to make an update video or a introductory video for Module 3. So this week you're just finishing Exam 1. That's going to be due on the 15th. But also don't forget your emerging technology presentation is due on the 15th. Now I had an email yesterday asking for an example of a group that just did a good job, knocked the ball out of the park, so to speak. That's a baseball analogy. I assume everybody understands baseball. And I went back and looked. Some of the previous teams have removed their videos, so I don't even have access to them anymore. And that's fine. You post it on YouTube for me, you get your grade, you can take it down if you want. There's a couple of them out there. If you search Prince Emerging Trends, you might find a couple of videos on YouTube. Only in the last year or so have I had people posting on YouTube, and some of those have been taken down. Some people didn't use my name, some people didn't use Emerging Trends, and when you just search for Emerging Trends, you get all kind of things. So they're kind of hard to find, and I was really torn over showing you some. Here's a couple of reasons why. For one, I made a mistake. Like I told you, this is a new class. In the past, this Emerging Trends project, the groups had to get their topic approved by me so that I could make sure no 2 or 3 groups were covering the same emerging trend. So right now I'm really flying blind. I don't know what your projects are. I have, like I said, just caught up on the grading of Module 1, so I haven't got to start grading your project plans yet. So I don't know who's doing what. So I didn't want to post a video that would be the same topic as what one of you are already working on. I didn't want there to be any chance that it might look like you had copied anything from anybody else's work. So I'm torn there. Another thing is I want you to use your creative license. A couple of things that I've seen over the years that really make a difference. Number one, you want all of your slides to be consistent. You're going to use PowerPoint slides or some type of presentation tool. Be consistent. What usually happens is the team will divide up topics to different people, and each person will make their slides. But then when some person combines the slides, sometimes the backgrounds have been different, the fonts have been different, the sizes have been different. You've got one person that uses bullet points the way you're supposed to use bullet points, and another person that writes paragraphs and then reads them. That's not what I want. What I'm looking for is a consistent look where you're not reading directly off the slide. I can read off the slide. I don't want you to read off the slide. I want you to have bullet points, hit the bullet points, elaborate on it, and move on. Okay, so everybody have consistent theme, consistent format, consistent presentation style. You want to have smooth transitions between speakers. So you might have one person that says, and now I'm going to turn it over to whoever's next, and they're going to discuss this topic. And then that person begins by saying, "Thank you, John. Now we're going to go into this topic," or however you want to do it. I'm just saying plan your transition so that it's smooth and it's not cut off of one person and cut on another person and it doesn't really flow. So what I want you to do is to think about how you can accomplish this video recording, and what you submit looks like you are all sitting in one room together. Now I understand some of your audio is going to be different. That's okay, because you're sitting in different rooms, so in reality it's going to sound a little different. You're going to have different microphones. Get the best microphone you can, get the quietest room that you can, and see if you can't get it as consistent as possible. So those are just a couple of the formatting ideas that I wanted to present to you. I would prefer for these videos to not be more than 15 minutes long. There was one I usually don't put a time limit, but last time I had somebody turn in a project that was 42 minutes long. Okay, that I don't. Please don't do that. Okay, if you give me a 42-minute video, I'll watch it, but I'd rather be able to grade, 2 videos in 45 minutes instead of 1 video in 45 minutes. So keep them, around 15 minutes if you can. If they're shorter, that's okay. If they're a little longer, that's okay, but that's sort of a target to shoot for. Again, it's the Goldilocks rule. So make it be just as long as it needs to be, but it doesn't really need to be 40 minutes long. Okay, so enough about that. That's what you've got going the rest of this week, and that's due on Monday. Next week, we pick up with Module 3. I'm about to release everything for Module 3. I thought I had released the quizzes before, but apparently I hadn't, so I'm going to get that all opened up. I had gone in and fixed the dates on the quizzes, but I forgot to click the release button. So I don't know if anybody's been able to get to the quizzes. I know they haven't been in the content browser, but you might could have gotten to them another way. So I'm going to close out this update video, get this posted, and then I'm going to make the introductory video for Module 3 and open up Module 3 for you. Hope all of you have a great week. I really enjoyed grading the papers, even if the ones that I had to regrade. I think you really improved them from the first paper to the second or the third, and just appreciate the work that you put into that. And so I hope you're all doing well. Let me know if I can do anything for you. And one last thing, I'm going to send you there's a link in this update to a survey. My team here at West Georgia, you remember from orientation, Lisa is no longer handling all the logistics for us. So my team here in the Associate Dean's office is going to be picking up the logistics for the orientations for WebMBA. One of the things that we're thinking about doing is transitioning to an event app rather than handing out paper agendas that have a very hard to read copy of room locations and things like that. So put together a survey, had a grad assistant do some research, put together some surveys on the different tools that are available in event apps. And I want you to think back about your orientation experience and let me know what would have been useful. Can't do everything. We can't afford to do everything. So let me know what would be the minimum viable product for us to implement this fall as an orientation tool so that we can stop printing the paper agendas and move to something that's digital, mobile format, mobile app. So I'm going to have that survey there, so please take a look at that and give me some quick feedback. It's only like 8 questions. It'll take you less than 2 minutes. It's preference, question, and rank 1 to 5. So it's real easy, real quick, but it'll really help us moving forward. I just wanted to have some data to base the decision on rather than just shooting from the hip based on what I think would be cool. All right, have a good day, and I will be in touch with you.